one thing you're not gonna do is you're not gonna make it seem like my kids. And I've told my children, I told them this. Like the reason why I always get them what they need and what they want, because the next person is not gonna dangle money in your face. Or nobody's gonna dangle a PlayStation in your face. Nobody's gonna dangle a Gucci purse in your face. Because at the end of the day, you have to show them more than what you can do for them. Because I've done all that I can for them, and then again, they didn't always need or want for anything. Yeah, they probably have to wait, but they will always get what they want. And I knew that was one thing about me when growing up. Like, for somebody to take me to like I'm not saying nothing's wrong with Denny's or IHOP, like, because I still love IHOP. I miss their pancakes too. Or even Fridays. Like, I'm not saying nothing is wrong with that. But it's something when you think Olive Garden is like the top tier, when there's something more than Olive Garden. Like, the next step will be like the cheesesteak cake factory. And then after the cheesesteak factory would be like Hell's Kitchen. You know what I'm saying? It's levels where you have to go for somebody to show you, like, this is how much I appreciate you and this is how much I really like you. That's how I feel. And I say that because I say that it's gonna come up later in the story because I'm almost done. So my son was like, he doesn't care about no car. He's like, my mom and my grandma already told me they was gonna get me a car anyway. So what else do you have? Like, that's how my son was act. Like, you dangling this car in front of my face. I know I was gonna get a car regardless. So he gets mad and he storms off. Like, I was like, oh, okay, I guess he's like, he's not trying, he don't care anymore. He's done. He's done trying to make it work. How you this is your first time ever trying, but you're done? Oh, okay. I was like, okay, bye. Have a good life. Never seen him again. And we're in 2004. That was in 2020. So life is going. I'm ecstatic. Weeks are going by. And I'm happy about the new house. I have to run to Family Dollar real quick. So I tell my son, like, hey, I'm going to Family Dollar, and the kids were playing outside. It literally, Family Dollar was like 5 minutes around the corner. Mind you, I have my door cam on. Oh, it's already installed. I'm like probably like 4 weeks in at this place. So as I'm leaving Family Dollar, my second oldest, mind you, she still has the phone. She calls me. She's like, "Mommy, are you at the door?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? Am I at the door?" And then I hear like some damn it, what do they call it? The walkie talkies. I'm like, "What is that?" So I hang up with my youngest daughter, and I call my oldest daughter. I'm like, "What? Why is my second daughter, my second oldest is calling me and saying I'm out at the door? Who's at the door?" And then when my daughter goes to the door, it was like, "Is your mommy here?" And I hear my daughter says, "No, she went to the store." As soon as I pull up, there's a police in front of my car. I mean, there's a police in front of my house. When I told you I had a nervous, like, my heart was beating so fast, because I was like, "Oh my, what's going on? What's going on now?" So when I get out the car, apparently my kids were outside playing, and the neighbor's kid was out playing, and they took a video of my kids like trying to like get like yelling at the son or whatever, and they said that one of the kids picked up a rock and threw it at the little boy, and it slit him. And when they looked, they was gonna come over, but they didn't see the car, so they thought my kids was home by themselves. So I'm like, wait, what? And so, mind you, my neighbor don't speak English. She speaks only Spanish. So I guess a neighbor friend or whatever little girl was translating for all three of us, was like, yeah, my kids were on the gate cursing and yelling. I said my little kids don't curse. I know I be cursing and stuff, but I knew for a fact the little ones did not curse. That was before they even started watching YouTube and everything like that. So I know that. But I was like, so when she shows me the video, you could see my youngest son on the damn gate yelling and screaming, and then you could see the other two like, hey, hey, hi, 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 to the little boy. But it was my autistic daughter that ended up, because I had so many bricks and so many rocks in my backyard because they wasn't finished with the fire pit. So it was nothing but rocks and bricks all over my backyard. So one of them hit the little boy and then cut him on the head. He had a little a cut, like he was bleeding. I was like, oh my gosh. She was like, who's here with that? And at that time, my son is 15, so he's gonna be 16 the next month. So I was like, I literally went around the corner for 5 minutes to go get like an extra broom, or I forgot what I went, but I was like, I was not even gone that long. So she was like, "Oh, because I had a teenager there, and like I came right back." She was like, "You need to be careful, and it seems like you just moved here. You need to get to know your neighbors, so that way they know, like, y'all have a good relationship, because that's what you need." And I already knew, like, I don't need to talk to nobody in my neighborhood because of the simple fact, like, I don't want to be friendly like that. So I was like, oh yeah, I told her, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I did not know that. I did not know that. Like, I'm apologizing, telling the girl to tell the lady, like, I'm very sorry. I did not mean it to happen. It's not gonna happen again. Later on, they became the best of friends. So it didn't last like it didn't last that long though, but when I tell you I heard a nervous breakdown, because remember when the officer said, when I was back in the 4-bedroom before I went to the 2-bedroom, he said if DCF got called on me again, I was going to jail. So I'm now having like a whole nervous breakdown. I had to call my brother and like tell him to literally calm me down, because I was like, I don't know what I keep doing wrong with these kids. Like, I can't do this. Maybe it's not meant for me to do this by myself. Maybe it is meant for, DCF to take them. Like, I can't keep fighting I can't keep fighting. It's getting too much. Like, we just got in this house, and now I got, the police called on me, and, so now I'm waiting for DCF to come the next day. Like, hyperventilating. I'm not mentally together. So then I called Tyrion. I tell her the same thing, like, I'm tired, I'm going through this, whatever. So a couple of weeks later, her and my brother, I guess, like, secretly, like, planned for him to come up there, and then she was going to pay on her credit card for us to go to Las Vegas. But she had her own agenda, but still, she wanted me to go with her just to get away or whatever. That's why, like, she was the one, and not only her, Siri and Jolene, like, really disappoint me at the end, because I really thought, like, we all was gonna make it together. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just really, I can say those are the two relationships at the end that really hurt me the most. So I ended up getting so excited, like, I'm finally, because DCF never came, so she never called. So I was so grateful for that. Who got time to? I ain't got time to go to jail. Who? Not me.